You're good. You're not hiding. She's hiding. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Pamela. She's crazy. There's your book. I'm so excited. Good morning. Oh, I was going to say Facebook, but we're on Facebook and YouTube. So good morning, everyone. I haven't opened my comments here. So hello, all. We are celebrating Dr. Pamela today. Woohoo! So I'm excited to share this workbook with everybody. You have had this workbook for a while. Mm-hmm. However, it has not been out to everyone until now.
Yeah. Just to personal clients.
Yes. So you made this workbook to use for your mentor program. We put this together. We published it because you had to print it. But we did not make it known to the public. It was not like, hey, there's books out there. So we are officially launching the revised version of this workbook so people can use it for their own self. And, you know, of course, they can. Donato's got his copy, or well, we have our copy because we share Kindle. But I'm so excited because people get to learn from you from their own, you know, at their own speed, in their own way. It's always great to more connect up with you. Hello, Amina.
Woo! That, my girl. Hello, darling.
And we have somebody else on, and they can't see their name.
Excited. We're not sure who is excited. We're excited. We're glad you're excited. We can't see who you are, so put your name there for us. Tell us who is the excited Facebook user.
Hi,
Carolyn. Dr. Carolyn.
Oh, yes.
So, India.
Oh, it's Jasmine. Jasmine is Facebook user.
Hello, Jasmine. And hello, India. We have India with us this morning.
Woohoo! Woohoo! So excited. So, Dr. Pamela, I love it. And flip it around and show is what's on the back. Oh, is your beautiful blue picture. I wasn't sure which picture we put on the back of that one. So that is her favorite picture. I think we use it everywhere. Hi, Dr. Lisa. It's great to have you here. So y'all go get the Kindle copy right now. While you're on here watching us, get that Kindle copy. We want to bump this thing up to bestseller status so that everybody sees it. Everybody gets a copy. I love sharing you with the world. Aww. And what a better month to be relaunching this book because it's your birthday month. And for those of you who don't know, Dr. Pamela does a birthday month, not a birthday. And she has taught me that that's okay. My husband doesn't quite agree, but he doesn't think I get a month. But I have my husband here with me today, Donato. He is my partner in business and in life. He doesn't get to join us too often for things, but because it's this is kind of our first official launching of a book on Facebook and on YouTube. So he joined us today as well. Say hi, honey.
Hello. Hello.
He does talk.
And I just want to say something really quick. DNP Publishing and all the things that you both do. You guys are incredible at what you do. And they have done so many different books and helped in so many different ways with so many people. But in 2023, it was made very clear that you guys were to be launching into the industry independently, as well as all the things that you do to help other people, other publishers, other coaching communities, but it was time. And so I'm so excited. Nicole Donato, you have done and helped me with so many books, but now this is all you and me, but this is all you. Right. And so this is why it is so exciting. It's not their first book launch. It's not mine, but it's our first book launch on this new adventure together by Design.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And I do
exciting.
see people are popping up there saying they got their copies. I saw Susan or Sandy, excuse me. Sandy also said she got hers and sharing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, because it's about sharing the goodness. There's so much we can do to help one another. And I've just been blessed in my life to sit at the knee of some amazing people in my life. And so, you know, what we get, what we can learn and get, we want to catch it and we want to pay it forward and we want to pass it on. And so what I've learned, I've been able to add the twist of Pamela to it, but this didn't come just to me, it's coming through me. But there's been so many people, like I said, I've just been blessed to sit at their knee throughout my life. And it all came to culmination part one, anyways, in this book. So I just want to thank you, Nicole, and Pastor Donato for helping me with this. And thank all of my mentors that are in heaven and that are in the earth that have helped me to make this possible. And thank you, everybody, for showing up today and helping to make this a great success, because you're not just pushing forward, Pamela, but like I said, all of those, and there have been many that I've been so blessed to have in my life that, create who we are. And then we pay that all forward. So I could go and list names upon names, and maybe we'll have a chance to talk about some of them, but you're taking their work forward by sharing this. So thank you. Bless you. Thank you.
I tried really hard to not do that. So, Pamela, who, I almost forgot, who wrote the foreword for your book?
But I just set it down. I should get it
I
back.
know. I'm sorry.
Last.
Does this, you see it? Does that picture look familiar to anybody? If you don't know who that beautiful human is, that is Mr.
Yes.
Les Brown, who I get to call Bishop. He's always been my bishop, but in when was it? September? Yeah, in September. Yeah. He became bishop because we were able to ordain him. But yes, he wrote the foreword for this.
Yes.
I am so grateful. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
So what I love about this book is it's not just a book. You take it a little step deeper and you have questions throughout. It's not just you read a chapter and there's some questions. You read a chapter, there's some questions. Your questions are infused in the content, which I love. And they're not just like, okay, let's just throw this question in here. They're questions that make you think and make you, I was scrolling thing, and I mean, it's about meditation, and people that know you and have been in your presence. I think I've talked about this. We just did a recording for your show, and we talked about your meditations. And that's something that's important to you. Self-care is important to you. So that's infused within this book because it's part of your purpose by design. And talk just a little bit about that. Give us just a little bit of what's in the book without telling us all the content of the book.
Awesome. Well, I love how you got purpose by design in that statement. That was awesome. I have to applaud you for that. Also, Nicole, we're hearing a slight echo, and I don't know if Donato hears that, but I'm hearing a slight echo. So just wanted you to know. Bernice, thank you. I see you. And there's some other people that Prasanna is, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, hon, is asking how she gets a copy. I think she's in India. So just putting that out there so you can put that in the comments for her. Yeah, well, what happened with this book, and just like the nutshell version of it, guys, is this. I have been doing coaching and working with coaching clients for a long, long time. And I had notes everywhere. Can anybody relate to that? Where you have notes everywhere. And then I would create Google documents and shove them in files. And, we're going to do this today. And then I'm pulling things, I'm printing things, I'm emailing things, I'm sending things in Messenger. And I just finally got frustrated enough to do something about it. And I said, Nicole, I needed to put this in a workbook. It has to be in a workbook so that I can just send it to my clients, but then I can say, okay, turn to page, and we're going to work on that today. And so, as I stated earlier, it's really important to me that we are well-rounded people. And so I touch on meditation. We talk about self-care. All of these other things are in this workbook because it's not just about goal achieving, although that's predominantly what we're looking at is your purpose and how to achieve it. But all of this other stuff undergirds it. You have to connect to a feeling, and you have to connect to an ideal, an idea, an ideal. And all of that is built upon that foundation of caring for yourself, connecting with the emotion and the feeling of what is pulling you, knowing what your why is, and not being so concerned about your how. And if we don't do these other things, if we don't build a solid foundation and really get to know who we are, and then begin to unwrap the gift from there, this just becomes another action plan. And how many of us know that action plans are awesome, but they don't always work if there is nothing that is connecting you to source, if there's nothing that is connecting you to what makes your heart beat. And so if you want something bad enough, you're going to get it. And if anybody has kids in their lives or grandchildren in their lives, you know what I mean. When they get something that they want, or when they have something in their head that they want, they're on it, right? Until they see it manifest. My granddaughter knows that for good behavior, I will buy her something on Amazon at the beginning of the month if her mommy says it's okay. And she even knows how much I will spend. And so even at 4, like, she understands the calendar enough to know, it's almost February, Grandma, and I get a new toy if mommy says. You see, she wants it, so she's going to do the work to get it, and she's going to make sure that she has it. And that's what Purpose by Design, the workbook, in essence, is about building that foundation so that we don't just have a step-by-step, but we have implementation coming from the heart to go after our dreams and goals. It is why all 3 of us are here on the screen today, and why so many of you are joining, because you've learned this, but we need to take what we've learned, we need to share it with the world. Back to you, Nicole and Donato.
So, can you hear me?
Sort of.
Any better?
It's a little quiet, but I can hear you.
Hold on.
Oh, there's the India link. Thank you, Nicole.
How about now?
Perfect.
All right.
Absolutely perfect.
So, I was looking at stuff here on the book, on the Kindle copy. So you can get this on Kindle. And I like chapter 1 especially here. It says emergence.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has, different parts broke down: purpose, dream, what do you want? Can you tell us a little bit more about that and what that means? Because that's kind of a unique word.
Emergence? Yeah, absolutely. First, I want to say hi and give a shout out to Jazz Bean, my dear friend Jazz Bean and mentee. I love you so much. And thank you for that gracious compliment there. You are awesome. One thing I have learned over the years is you can have fabulous mentors in your life, y'all. But coming back to emergence, we have to be obedient and do what is demanded of with the calling on our life. We got to listen to those over us, and we got to do what they say. And when it comes to emergence, Jazz Bean, oh my goodness, she has emerged on the scene in multiple ways. Follow her, you guys. Watch her. She is, all of the people here today are absolutely powerhouses, but Jazz Bean, I have personally mentored, and she does the work. She does the work to produce the emergence of Purpose by Design, and it's happening all over in her life. Go check her out. Emergence means to come forward. It means to come out of the back. It means to appear and to be large and in charge. When you emerge out, you're a new creature. When the butterfly emerges out of the cocoon, it is not what it once was. When we emerge into our purpose, we are owning the stage. And so emergence is a powerful word, and we are to make it our own. And so the chapter on emergence, and all these chapters are actually split into parts. So emergence part 1, part 2, part 3, so that they are set up as lessons or blessings, whatever you want to call it. They're set up for you to be able to take you step by step through the emergence process, so that you are ready at the end of that chapter to really feel like you have done some of that deep foundational work and ready to stand on that stage of your life and be that leading lady or leading man, and to emerge into your purpose. Did I answer your question, Donato? Pastor D? He's Pastor D. Everybody put that in the chat. Hey, Pastor D.
Yeah, no, that was great. And I just wanted to highlight these, these chapter titles, if you will, for the people, and get you to talk a little bit about them, so they kind of, have an idea of what they're getting, why, and get motivated, right? I mean, that's kind of what it's all about. I always say that with my show, especially, we need to get up off the couch and do something, right? We need to get motivated. And that's definitely what this book is all about, is giving us those tools that are needed, and things like that. So then chapter 2 is vision, right? So the Bible actually says, being that everybody's calling me Pastor D now, I have to be all theological and whatnot.
You are you're my Pastor D.
Yeah. But the word says, without vision, my people perish, right?
Oh.
And so that's chapter 2. Tell us a little bit about that, so we can get motivated.
Oh, wow. Vision, so important. And you're right. The scripture says, run with the vision, doesn't it? Oh, thank you, Amina. And Deidre, I saw that you have your book. You got your copy. Woo! Thank you. Without a vision, people perish. But, it also says that we are to write our vision. I'm just going to do some scripture tag with you, Dee. Write the vision and make it what? Fuzzy?
Plain upon tablets.
Right. So you make it clear, you make it plain, so that the runners can what? Sit on it?
Nope. You can run and keep going. You can see it. It's bold. It's clear. And I suppose that scripture was really, without knowledge, my people perish, or something, but same things.
And you know what? Who needs to run with your vision first? Point at yourself. So when you are writing it down, which we talk about in chapter 2, excuse me, we talk about what that all looks like, the power of writing and vision and all of that. But when you are running with your own vision, then other people can run with you. So a lot of times we think, well, who's going to run with my vision? Where's my peeps? What's happening? But if we don't have clarity, then how can we get anyone to run with us? So yes, write the vision. Without it, you perish. And perish just means disintegrate. Okay. So that's why businesses start up, coaches start up, speakers, ministers start up. And a year later, 5 years later, where are they? The vision is for an appointed time, but it needs to be built within us, and it needs to stay alive so that we continue to run with that vision ourselves, and other people come alongside and go, I see that vision and I will run with it. I want to be a part of this. And that's why vision matters. It's not just about right now. It's about today, tomorrow, into the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. When you have a vision, the storms still come, but you stand like that palm tree, bends over, bows down under that storm. But when the sun comes back out, she stands right back up and is all the more beautiful and strong because the roots have gone down deep. And that's what vision does, Pastor D. It creates roots, a root system that comes down deep, that no matter what happens or who's with you or who's not with you, you're not quitting. Back to you.
Yep. No, and I like that. The interesting thing about this that I wanted to point out too, to give the people some motivation here today. You know, we quoted, write the vision, make it plain upon tablets. There's an interesting thing that comes first though, because that verse is 2:2 of Habakkuk. Verse 1 says, I will stand my watch, and I set myself on the rampart and watch to see what he will say to me and what I will answer when I am corrected.
Come on.
So it just tells us, you know, we have to take some time. We have to take some thought, right? We have to connect with God, and we need to, you know, hear and listen and take some correction, right?
Mm.
Take some guidance.
Guidance.
And that's what you've done with the book, right? You've given us some tools to work with, some guidance, right?
Yes.
To help steer us properly in order, you know, to you know, have a purpose by design for each one of us, right?
Amen. Preach it. Oh, and I see Prasanna said, oh, thank you, Nicole. I wish you that vision here in India must be taught by you. Okay, let's do it. Reach out on Messenger and let's make it. Welcome to India. We're already there. I love that statement of faith. And that is part of vision, isn't it? We see it in the eye of our heart, or in the spirit. We see it in the spirit, and then we begin to watch it come manifest into the physical. Let's do it.
So as we develop our goals and dreams and we have all these visions, what do we do with them?
Act on them.
Right. In what way?
Act
we
on
make
them.
it plain upon tablets.
Yeah. And you
tell us about that.
Step out and move in them. And that comes, well, I give a lot of instruction of that in the book. And in fact, one of the chapters is called Start. And you just start moving. And that is a unique purpose by design for each person. But there's that old adage that says it's the start that stops you, right? And beginning to take those steps of faith. And that's where the plan comes in, where we put together what I call the needle movers, those massive action steps or mini action steps. And we start to take those steps forward into our future, which we are seeing in real time now, right? So I will teach people in meditation, you close your eyes. In fact, let's all do it here right now. Close your eyes. Even you, pastor, close your eyes. Just close your eyes. My eyes will be open and closed, but I want you to picture that big dream that you have. Let's just say it's the end of the year. It's the end of 2023. And I say to you, how has this year been? How has it served you? And you say, Dr. Pamela, it's been the best year ever. And I say, why? I want you to think about what that why would be. And then in this meditative state right now, I want you to see yourself actually doing that why. Why? Because, I got, Pamela, Dr. Pamela and her team came to India and they took the nation by storm. Whatever the case is, whatever it is that's in your heart, see it in real time, because you're telling me it's the end of 2023 and it was the best year. Why? Now, I want you to embody that why. Don't look at it as something that's just in, December of this year or June. You're seeing it and living in it right now. Connect to that feeling right now. Stay here for just a second more. Now, from this, what I call sacred moment, ask. Ask of yourself, ask of your higher power, ask of God. That's who I ask. What are some steps I can take today? And if what you receive inside your heart is read your scriptures, then that's what you do. If it's call so and so, then that's what you do. If it's you need to come back to this centered place 10 times today, then that's what you do. Hopefully, you're hearing by Purpose by Design workbook and start working on it. Okay, open your eyes back up, come back into the room with us here. This is how we walk it out. Now, of course, if I'm working with you personally through the book or one-on-one, we take further steps than you said. This is the beginning, but this beginning changes everything. For years, I had people tell me, take this step, take this step, take this step. And it left me empty. It was when I connected to there being a divine purpose and building a sure foundation under me and seeing myself the way, well, heaven sees me, and then walking that out by faith. That's when everything changed, Pastor Donato, because I no longer saw what I could be in the future. I saw myself in inhabiting and living in that now. And for those of you out there that are speakers or preachers, you've heard this. Whether one shows up or 1,000, you preach or speak like it's 1,000, right? So we like little manifestations and the big giant ones, but in our heart, we see the big picture, and that's where we live. So I hope that helped, and I hope you enjoyed the little meditation or visualization there. Put a shout in the chat if you got something out of that for us.
Yeah, and that's good too, because it was kind of like how Jesus was with people. He preached to the multitudes, but then he wasn't really any different around the disciples. If he was any different, he was like, listen, guys, straighten up, do things this way, right? So that's the nice thing about having a workbook like this. You have kind of that one-on-one, step-by-step, plan it out, take these things in stages. You get to have that foundation rooted, right? And then you can grow from that. And anybody that's watching too can go to your website, learn more about you. But as well, you have your own coaching programs, which this kind of was birthed from. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, well, first, it's getting really bright in here. Ooh. Yep. I see a hand up. Miss Nicole.
I gotta unmute. Carmen is blowing up our comments. So I wanted to acknowledge Carmen. First, she said, go, Pamela. We know we love you, Carmen. I just wanted to acknowledge her really quick because it says Facebook user. So I opened up my my phone so I could see who it was, and it's Miss Carmen. We love you very much, Carmen.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure we saw her real quick, and Deborah's in there as well.
So my friend, love you.
And then you can explain to us, why on earth did you put your sunglasses on?
It's so bright. Do you remember the song "Your Future's So Bright You Gotta Wear Shades"? I think that should be the theme of today. And if I had access to the song, I would play it. I put these on because you know what? You all have such a bright future, and it's starting now. It's starting right now. You don't have to wait. Don't wait. Start right now. And this can be a little bit of like a statement of faith to you. You might feel like, no, but I don't feel like it's so bright, but it is. And you guys are so bright. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to dim it back. I had to put the dimmer switch on a little bit. Your life and your calling is so impactful and powerful. and you are going to bring the light into somebody else's life, and you are going to help them see that they have a purpose by design. You are going to help them get to the next level. You're going to just blow everything up. Just like, oh, Carmen says, I wear my sunglasses at night. Yes, that's it. Now, Carmen is blowing up everything with all that she's doing because she's realized that her future is so bright, but she's also bringing that brightness to others. And yeah, that was another one. There was on My Future's So Bright, I Got to Wear Shades and I Wear My Sunglasses at Night. Great songs. We'll have to find them and post those songs. Oh, well, thank you, Johnny. Thank you so much. That was awesome. So that's why I was wearing my sunglasses. I just feel like we're having such a fun party here today. Any
We
other
love you.
questions? My dynamic wall?
I love it. Dr. Lisa said I could sing it. No, I'm good. Yeah, no, I'm good.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Oh, Lord. She didn't say you could sing it. She said I could sing it.
You guys can sing it together.
I'm good. I don't need to sing that one. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm just excited for you. I don't know what else to say. I am. Lisa's laughing at us.
Is there
We
anybody
like to have fun.
Yeah, we do. Well, you happen to work with a funologist, and so
Yes.
everything has got to be fun, hence sunglasses and everything else. Does any of the viewers have any questions? If you do, pop it in the chat, and Nicole will pop it up so that I can do my best to answer it. No, absolutely. We're having so much fun. And I just want to thank you all for being here and being a part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of your journey. And because it means the world to me. The fact that you showed up today, whether you're showing up live or you're showing up later and you're getting the book, you're sharing the good news, helping me take my message of hope to the world, being a cheerleader to those that we all need cheerleaders in our life. So I'm just so thankful and grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So excited. And y'all share the Kindle post, share the link with all your friends and family. I'm sure there's somebody that you can think of that could use this, and just to help their journey, help what they're doing, even in business or just in their life in general. This is a great tool just to take a step up in your life. Carmen put a question in here for you.
What was the vision for this workbook when you first wrote it? It's a great question. So, and look at that. I'm seeing that picture of her better. That was awesome. She's on the cover of the magazine. You go, girl. See what I mean? Back to these again. I'm back on. Okay. You're so bright, Carmen. All right. So answering your question, when I first put together the book, I had done coaching for a number of years, and I wanted to have everything in one place for my people instead of pulling from here and there and everywhere. I wanted to have a workbook that those in my mentorship program or those that I was coaching could utilize, instead of me just having to go and find, okay, let's work on this, okay, let's work on that, and pull it all together. I really wanted it in one place. And then it was sometime later that the vision in my heart adjusted and said, let's launch this book out now to the world. And that was just an epiphany aha moment where it was, and I actually had somebody ask me at an event, and they said, oh, how do I get that book, and how come I've never heard of it? And at that moment, I thought of so many of the greats that we all know. Many of us have been coached by them, or in some degree, some form, fashion, or another. And I thought, what if they never wrote a book? Or what if they didn't put all their knowledge together and like send it out to the world? I thought about the Underdog that Dean Graziosi wrote, different Think and Grow Rich, and so many of these others. What if they had not taken the time to put that into a book and send it out to the world? Not everybody had the ability to learn at Bob Proctor's knee necessarily in person, but they could learn at his knee through a book. Not everybody has the ability to maybe sit at the feet of Dean Graciosis, but they can order the book and sit at his feet that way. And so I thought, well, I guess my vision is I should capitalize again on all that I have learned from so many and put it together and then make it available beyond those in my mentorship program. So that was a great question. Carmen, as always, thank you. I love it. And it says, I can't wait to see and use the workbook. Sorry, my camera was in the way. I couldn't read all of what you were saying. Dr. Carolyn, you are an inspiration. Thank you. Oh, share it on your page, Dr. Lisa. All these doctors in the house. Woo! Oh, anointed work. Thank you, Dr. Pamela Hinkle, for this vision. You are amazing. Thank you, Dr. Apostle Deborah Allen. Oh, it's such a blessing. Before we wrap up, I just had said I wanted to touch base on some of those that I've had the privilege of sitting at their knee. And I want to highlight just a few of them. I want to highlight Reverend Mark Wilhite, who is no longer in the earth, but it is Reverend Mark who took me around the world and turned me loose and pushed me out of my comfort zone. If any of you know him, amazing man of God, and he could sing, and he started in the theater. So everything was singing and dancing, and oh my gosh, he was amazing and so much fun. But you did not get a chance to get comfortable around him. He would put a microphone in your hand and make you sing, make you dance, make you talk. And I remember him inviting me to go to Australia. And I said, well, I have to pray about that. And he said, okay, pray now. And I was like, no, I have to go get alone. And I got to pray. And I got to pray. I said, no, you don't. Ask right now. Are you supposed to go with me? And so I immediately felt in my heart I was. And my next statement was, but. And he looked at me and he said, get your butt out of the way. If you say yes and you mean it, then the finances and all you need will come, because you will begin to look for them. You will begin to call them in and they will begin to manifest. But if you keep saying yes, but, then your butt will stay here in Minnesota. And he was right. And he would push me and he would push me. And he would call me and he would ask me, did you pray today? Did you visualize today? Did you see it happening today? How much money came in today? Long story short, I went to Australia with him and had an amazing experience and time, and wasn't planning on doing a whole lot of speaking, but because it was his event. But going with Mark meant if he handed you the microphone, be ready in season and out. And I had to be ready in season and out. I also asked for cream in my coffee at the coffee shop there. And I didn't know that meant asking for ice cream. Yeah. So I asked for cream in my coffee, and it took forever to get my coffee. That was because the gentleman that took my order ran across the street to buy vanilla ice cream to come back and put it in my coffee. So there's my little there. Bishop Boudreau and Grace, Mother Grace, how you spoke into my life. And Bishop, I get emotional that he's in heaven now, but you guys introduced me to the world of teaching. You saw the teaching gift in me and you pulled it out of me. You took me to Guatemala with you and you put me up in front of multitudes of pastors and told me to speak. I could go on and on. Billy Brim, Shelley Brim. Oh my gosh, what you did in my life for me in Israel, I'll never forget. Papa Joe Jordan, Papa Joe, he is in heaven now as well. Papa Joe took me under his wing and he taught me the things of the Spirit and how to connect them in the coaching world and in the ministry world. Beautiful. All of this and more. Mr. Les Brown, John Tallarico, my dear friend. So many more. Ginny and Pete Campbell up in Duluth, Minnesota. Grandma Rose, who's like a mom to me, who is now in glory. And there's so many others that I can name, and I just don't have time now. All of these, Cookie Brothers, Cookie and Fred, there's another dynamic couple, Mac and Lynn, Pastor Mac and Lynn Hammond, Reverend Jen Tringal, Reverend Terry Foy. All of these have spoken directly into my life, and I have sat at their knee. So many more that I could mention their names today, and I'll probably go into the comments and just start typing them. And the reason I'm saying all of this is, of course, to give tribute and credit where it's due. But listen, y'all, when I say I've had the blessing and the honor and the privilege of sitting at the feet of greatness, I mean it. And that is not to pat myself on the back. It is to say, if it was given to me, I pay it forward. And that's in everything I do. But today we were talking about this book. And so the vision, coming back to Carmen's question, putting it, all that had been downloaded into me, into word form, and continue to put it into word form because it comes out in so many other books and things that we've been a part of. This is imperative, and it is really important that what God gives you, you utilize it and get it out there. Write the vision and run with it. So thank you. I just wanted to share a little bit about that and give some credit to those wonderful people.
Well, and I love that. And I will say, as somebody that, I mean, I've known you for about 12 years now, which is crazy to think about. But I will say that it shows that you've had all those mentors and all those people pour into you because of what you pour out. And you take every moment that you can, sometimes to a fault, and I'm like Dr. Pamela, but that's she's hiding. That's why she has me to walk beside her in this journey, and it is my honor to do so. But those of you that are in the comments, I am sure every one of you know Pamela enough to know that she pours out so much more than she takes and gets for herself. And that's what we all absolutely love about her. And it shows in this workbook how much she's pouring out what's been poured in to her. She definitely lives the fact that her cup is overflowing, and she finds the place to put what's coming out. She doesn't let it overflow and just lay somewhere. She pours it into other people. And I think that is a testament to everybody that's poured into her and what they've taught her, all the ones that have gone before her. And I know several of the people that she mentioned, a lot of them I don't know, and will know eventually. She'll get to introduce me someday.
Right.
But, Dr. Pamela, this book, I'm so excited for everybody that has ordered it so far. Absolutely go get your copy. You will be blessed. It is definitely a life-improving book. And after you get the book, if you want to learn more and work with Pamela, reach out to her. That's why she's here.
Absolutely.
And connect with her, connect with her team. Donato and I are part of her business team as well. We do a lot together. We've linked up with her in other avenues, not just publishing. So this year is going to be crazy and going to be so amazing. And when you had us close our eyes and think of what is at the end of the year, the possibilities are endless. And I was just thinking through some of the things that we already have planned. And so I'm very excited to see where our year goes. And I'm excited to highlight you for your next book. So we've got a lot going on this month, y'all. So anything else, Donato, you wanted to say before we go?
No, I'm good. I just want people to get motivated, get the workbook, because it's a workbook, right? It's a tool. It's something for you to utilize. You can go back to it. Trust me, Pamela gives you a lot of clear, concise instructions that you can follow. You know, you might want to get your own like journal to go with it, so you can kind of take some other notes back and forth and just use it as a reference point, you know, continuously, right? So
That's
I just,
huge. Thank you, Pastor D. I appreciate that. And Nicole, thank you so much. I wouldn't be able to do all of this without having a great team of people that run alongside of me. So thank you for that. And before we do our Queen's Wave and say goodbye, I just would like to give a little plug to the Science of Happiness class. Maybe Nicole can put those in the comments. If you're looking for more, I am presently running a science of happiness class. And the first one, we already did the first class. The way it's set up is you could jump in anytime, but when you register, you automatically get the first class for free. So it comes to you. And right now I'm recording them live. So you could be part of live or later. But if you want to sign up for that, it's based on a class I took at Yale called The Science of Well-Being. And of course, I pull in all kinds of other goodies beyond that, including laugh yoga. We'll just leave it at that for there. And then I also have started a subscription based on happiness called Happiness by What? Design. And there's a lot of goodies that you can get for just 75 cents a day for the subscription. So those are some other opportunities to connect beyond the book, if that's something that you would like to do. But I thank you so much for your time and for being here with all of us today. We love you so much. If there's anything that we can do for you, that my team or I can do for you, you reach out to us right away and let us know how we can support you and your purpose by design. Thank you for being here today. Queen's Wave, everybody. See you later. Bye.